You ever sit there and wonder why life keeps throwing you under the bus? Why every time you try, it feels like the world's pushing back twice as hard? You sit there thinking, what did I do? Why is nobody seeing me? Why is nobody hearing me? Simple answer, they don't care. Never did. And probably never will. And you've been out here running yourself ragged, shouting your truth, hoping anyone will hear you, understand you. But here's the twist: the more you shout, the less they care. You're screaming into the void, and guess what? It just echoes back at you, louder and emptier. You're hitting the same wall over and over again, thinking this time it'll break, this time something will shift, but nothing changes, because you're stuck in a cycle, and cycles don't break unless you do. The only thing that'll shift is you. You want to know the trick to breaking free? It's not what you think. It's not some big dramatic move. It's not blowing up or going toe-to-toe with everyone. Nope, it's much quieter than that. The real secret? Silence. Yeah, you heard me, silence. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Like, how's keeping quiet gonna stop them from walking all over me? How's silence gonna give me the upper hand? But that's the magic of it. People expect you to fight back. They want you to react. They're waiting for you to lose it, to break down, to give them that show. They're feeding off your energy, your anger, your frustration. They get off on it. It's like fuel for their ego. The minute you blow up, they've already won. But when you give them nothing, when you sit there quiet, unfazed, like they didn't even scratch the surface of your peace, that's when you start to mess with them. That's when you throw them off, because they don't know what to do with that. They're used to controlling your reactions. Silence, though, they can't control that. It's like you flip the script on them. Ever notice how uncomfortable people get when you don't give them the reaction they expect? Watch how they start to unravel when you stay cool, stay quiet. They feed on your response, they need it. It's like air to them. And when you cut it off, when you deny them the satisfaction, oh man, they can't stand it. They start second guessing themselves. Now they're the ones panicking. Did I go too far? Are they planning something? Did I push the wrong button? They start overthinking every little thing. The power, it shifts right back to you. And all you had to do was say nothing. But here's the thing about silence: it's not just about keeping your lips zipped. It's about standing firm, about showing that you don't need to react, that you're in control. You're no longer playing by their rules. You're in your own zone, and they can't touch that. Silence makes them nervous. It makes them wonder if they miscalculated, if they've lost control. And that's the beauty of it. You don't even need to lift a finger. You're playing the long game, staying cool while they unravel. So next time the world's pressing down on you, next time people are pushing your buttons, don't waste your breath. Don't shout into the void. Instead, stay still. Stay silent. Watch them fall apart while you keep your peace. You'll realize real quick who's really holding the cards. And it's not them. Control the noise by making none. Let them sit with their own chaos while you move in silence. Because in the end, that's the real power, moving quietly while they scramble. And when you master that, nobody can screw you over again. It's about taking back control. Refusing to let anyone else dictate how you feel, how you move, how you respond. See, people want to pull your strings. They want to pull your strings. They want to poke and prod. See what makes you tick, watch you dance to their rhythm. But when you stop moving, when you quit playing their little game, that's when it all falls apart for them. That's when they realize they've got nothing on you. Because without your reaction, without your energy fueling them, they're just empty, hollow. Here's the truth: people don't treat you like dirt because you're weak or because you're not enough. No, that's not it. They do it because you've been too open, too giving with your energy, your emotions, your time. You've been pouring yourself out for people who don't deserve even a drop of it. You've been bending over backward, trying to get them to understand, trying to make them see your side. But here's the kicker: most of them, they don't want to understand. They don't care about your side of the story. All they care about is what they can get out of you. And the more you give, the more you give, the more they'll take, until there's nothing left but an empty shell of you. Ever notice how the ones who stay quiet always seem to be a step ahead? They don't get rattled, don't get caught up in the noise. That's because they figured out the secret. They know that silence is control. Silence is power. When you keep quiet, people can't figure you out. They don't know what's going on in your head, can't guess your next move, can't manipulate you into reacting. And that throws them off balance. It leaves them vulnerable because silence is like a mirror reflecting their own insecurities, their own flaws, their own weaknesses back at them. And most people, they can't handle that reflection. They'd rather keep you talking, keep you distracted, keep you tangled up in their nonsense so they don't have to face their own issues, their own demons. They need you to keep giving, keep explaining, keep defending yourself so they can stay comfortable in their mess. So what do? You stop. You stop explaining, you stop defending, you stop pouring out your time, your energy, your words for people who don't deserve any of it. You let your silence do the talking. Let it speak louder than anything you could ever say. Trust me, it will speak. It'll creep into their heads, into their thoughts, into their restless nights. It'll make them wonder. Because silence is loud, suffocating. And it's the one thing they can't handle, the one thing they can't twist or control. When you go quiet, you make them uncomfortable. They'll second guess themselves, question their moves, worry about what you're thinking, what you're planning. Silence haunts them. It shows them they've lost the upper hand. You take back your power when you stop feeding them your words, your energy. And that power, it's yours to keep once you decide to stop giving it away. So next time someone's trying to push your buttons, trying to drag you into their chaos, remember you don't owe them anything. You don't have to react. Let them deal with their own mess. Keep your peace, keep your silence. Watch how it shakes them up. Watch how it makes you stronger. Because silence is power. And once you master that, you'll realize nobody can mess with you ever again. You really think being nice is going to get you somewhere in this world? You think if you keep bending over backwards, swallowing your pride, and being the bigger person, they'll finally start showing you some respect? Please. Being nice just gets you walked all over. People see your kindness, and all they do is take advantage. They'll drain you dry, take everything you've got to offer until you're left with nothing. And then what do? Toss you aside like you never mattered, because here's the hard truth: they don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings, your problems, or your struggles. They're just in it for what they can take from you. The moment you stop being useful to them, they're gone. No thank you, no loyalty, nothing. So what's the move? Simple. You stop caring. You stop breaking your back for people who wouldn't even lift a finger for you. You pull back your energy, your time, your effort. You go silent, you let them wonder, you let them question themselves. Let them drown in their own guilt, insecurities, and failures while you keep pushing forward. Keep your head up, your mouth shut, and your eyes locked on where you're headed. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe them your time, your words, or your energy. They haven't earned it, and they sure as hell don't deserve it. You think being silent makes you look weak? Makes you look like a pushover? Nah. Silence is strength. Silence is control. Silence is your most powerful weapon. Because when you stop talking, you're the one in control. You're holding all the cards, calling all the shots. And them, they're left scrambling, trying to figure out what went wrong. Trying to understand how you slipped out of their grip, how they lost control. And let me tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than watching someone who thought they had power over you crumble when you give them nothing. No reaction, no emotion, just cool, calm silence. It drives them insane. It makes them feel small, makes them realize they've got no power over you anymore. And that's victory. People are terrified of silence. They're scared of facing themselves, of being left alone with their own thoughts. They can't stand it. So when you go quiet, when you give them nothing but their own doubts and fears to wrestle with, they fall apart every single time. So stop wasting your breath. Stop explaining yourself. Stop bending over backward for people who'll never appreciate it. Take your silence, wear it like armor, and let them deal with their own mess. You've got better things to do. Exactly, every single time. So stop talking. Stop trying to make them see your side. Stop trying to explain yourself. They don't want to understand you. They never cared in the first place. Let them have their noise, let them shout and stir up all the drama they want. And you just stand there, calm, quiet, unbothered, because silence, that's your weapon. That's your armor, your shield, and your power. And when they come crawling back, begging for your attention, craving your words, dying for your time, you don't give it to them. You keep moving. You keep your mouth closed. You let your silence speak volumes. That's when you've won. That's when you've taken control. People want to play mind games. Fine, let them. But you're not following their rules. You're not letting them see you flinch. No way. You don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction. You crush them with silence. You make them feel insignificant, small, powerless, and at the end of it, you walk away with your head held high while they choke on the emptiness you leave behind. Don't get it twisted, they'll call you cold. They'll say you've changed, that you're heartless now. Good. Let them. Let them think whatever they want. Because the truth is, they were never worth your warmth. They were never worth your kindness, your time, or your energy. All they deserved was your silence. Be silent. It's more than just keeping your mouth shut. It's about holding back your power. Every word you hand over is a piece of you they don't deserve. When you talk, you give them an opening, a chance to twist your emotions. But when you stay silent, they get nothing. Silence is the ultimate shield, an impenetrable fortress that no one can break through. It makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to question themselves, makes them uneasy about their own actions. It makes them wonder what's really going on inside your head. And in silence, you hold all the cards. They're the ones left scrambling, searching for answers they'll never get. Silence forces people to confront their own fears and insecurities. They'll push, they'll provoke you, trying to get a rise. But the longer you stay quiet, the more they unravel. They'll wonder why you're not reacting, why you're not engaging, why you refuse to play their game. And that's how you win. Exactly, that's when the tables turn. That's when you hold all the power. Your silence echoes louder than any words you could ever say. It's a constant reminder that they no longer have any control over you, that their words, their manipulations, their actions no longer hold any weight. And that terrifies them. So let them scream, let them talk, let them make all the noise they want. You stay silent, unbothered, untouchable. Your silence isn't just the absence of words, it's a powerful declaration. It says you're above their petty games, above their weak attempts to break you down. This isn't surrender, it's strength. It's unshakable power. And in a world that thrives on chaos and noise, silence is the rarest and most lethal weapon you can wield. And that's what you give them: silence. Cold, hard, and unforgiving silence. You let them feel its weight, let it tighten around them like chains, suffocating them, squeezing the air from their lungs until they can't breathe. You let it crush them, because that's exactly what they deserve. It's what they've earned. People are parasites. They'll latch onto you, drain you dry, and move on to their next target. But when you stop feeding them, when you go silent, when you refuse to give them what they crave, they starve. They wither. They die. And you're finally free. So stop wasting your breath on people who don't care. Stop giving your time, your energy, your words to those who don't deserve them. You want to survive in this world? You want to stop getting hurt? You want to stop being everyone's punching bag? Then shut your mouth, go silent, and watch them crumble when you give them nothing. Kill them with your silence. Because in this world, that's the only way to survive.